Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back again to Van Z channel. Today I will still share a list of playable games that you can play on Winlator and review them again, and this time using Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Some of the following gameplays on the list that will be reviewed later use the previous version of Winlator, namely the AFE mod version 7.1.5 and 7.1.3. The following games are mostly playable by adding additional settings in the Box 64 menu and container. Okay, no more talking, let's begin.
We must never stop.
First list, Dirt 4. Dirt 4 is probably the best rally game ever made, and now you can play it well and smoothly on the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. Second, Jump Force. Jump Force is a cool fighting game, and the gameplay is very interesting. This game can definitely be played smoothly at HD resolution, without any graphic bug problems. Next, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This game requires some additional settings in the Box 64 menu, and I recommend using 7 cores, or all cores in the container. 4. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Use the latest version of Winlator to get better performance, and also use the drivers in DXVK as suggested below. 5. Need for Speed Rivals. So far, several mid-range and low-end devices have been able to play this game quite well, and as you can see on this chipset, the game runs very smoothly. 6. GTA 4 is a fairly light game to play on almost all devices, but this game requires additional settings in the Box 64 menu, and use 7 cores for this chipset. 7. GTA 5. GTA 5 is the best game that is easiest to set up, especially for high-end devices. In the following gameplay, using high resolution and max settings. Next, Need for Speed: The Run. NFS The Run is a race across North America from San Francisco to New York City. This game definitely can be played very smoothly on this chipset too. Next, Darksiders. The first action game from the Darksiders series is more playable than the others when you play it on this Winlator emulator. 10. Freedom Wars Remastered. Born into a 1 million-year prison sentence, you must survive deadly missions to earn any hope of freedom. This game can run smoothly. Next, Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit Remastered. There is no doubt that this light game can definitely be played very smoothly on the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 without any FPS drop issues. Next, Killer is Dead Nightmare Edition. Prepare for the thrill of love and kill with the seriously stylish action hack-and-slash Killer is Dead. 13. Mafia II. As you can see, this game runs very smoothly and playable with FPS above 30 using 720p resolution. Use recommendation driver Turnip below. Next, Hitman Absolution. Hitman Absolution is actually stable, and the FPS even reaches 50. But sometimes there is a decrease in FPS in some conditions when the graphics are being rendered. Next, Tomb Raider 2013. This is also one of the light games that you must play and finish. Use 720p resolution for a better gaming experience. 16. Quantum Break. The FPS performance obtained in this game when played varies, depending on whether you are in a dark area or an open area. Next, DmC Devil May Cry. This is one of the lightest and coolest games that you should not miss. At 720p resolution, it runs very well with minimal settings. Next, One Punch Man: A Hero Nobody Knows. If you want to play a cool fighting combat style like in the game One's Hero, One Justice, then this game is recommended to play, and you even get 60 frames per second. 19. Guilty Gear Strive. By using Turnip Mesa R1 and DXVK 2.52, the game is guaranteed to run well in HD resolution with FPS performance reaching 60. Next, Fade to Silence. Fade to Silence sees the unnamed protagonist waking up to a frozen, post-apocalyptic world that is ravaged by blizzards and nightmarish creatures. Next, Devil May Cry 5. You can definitely play this game in HD resolution on this chipset with FPS performance that can sometimes reach 60 depending on certain conditions. 22. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. Ghost Warrior 2 is one of the best sniper games I ever played on my PS3 console. Now the game runs very well on this chipset. Next, Darksiders II. With FPS performance reaching more than 30, this game should not be a problem for those of you who want to finish the game without worrying about FPS drops. Next, AEW Fight Forever. Just by using Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, you can play this cool SmackDown game on Winlator with HD resolution on your devices. 25. Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity is still a heavy game for you to try, but its performance is still quite playable when played in HD resolution. Next, Watch Dogs 2. Just like the previous game, Watch Dogs 2 is also quite a heavy game to play at 720p resolution. Lower the graphics to play it better. Next, Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. Most Souls-like games can't be played optimally on this chipset, but I still consider it a fairly playable game if played at high resolution. 28. Resident Evil 3 Remake. Some additional settings are needed to improve FPS performance so that this game can be played more optimally at higher resolutions. Next, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. The following gameplay uses the previous version of Winlator A-Fei. You can get better performance by using the latest Winlator. Next, Resident Evil Village. In the latest Winlator, this game can be played quite smoothly on this chipset. Use the driver and DXVK settings suggestions below. 31. Unknown Ninth Awakening. Despite a few interesting ideas, Unknown Awakening is a bland and janky adventure with a generic story and dull combat. Next, Wise 10 Nordics. YSX. Nordics is a fantastic JRPG with wonderful combat and great cast of characters, and it runs wonderfully on the Winlator. Next, Kingdom Hearts 3. This game is actually quite stable in HD resolution. Just use additional settings in the Box 64 menu or change to 7 cores in the container to play it better using this chipset. 34. Metaphor ReFantasio. The game is set in the UK of Uchronia, a medieval fantasy realm mirroring the contemporary real world after the assassination of its former king. Next, Remnant from the Ashes. This is one of the games that you must try because it has quite unique gameplay, and this game is very playable for you to play. Next, The Witcher 3. When entering combat in open areas, sometimes you will feel a slight decrease in FPS in this The Witcher 3 game. Otherwise, it's fine. 37. Mad Max. Become Mad Max, the lone warrior in a savage post-apocalyptic world where cars are the key to survival. This game runs very well now. Next, Blur. Blur is a racing game with quite magnificent effects and interesting gameplay. With HD resolution, you can play this cool game without fear of bugs. Next, Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle. This is the best Attack on Titan game series ever made. Use the latest version of Winlator to play it with better FPS performance. 40. The Evil Within 2. Most of the high-end chipsets now can play this game very smoothly and stably. Use a slightly lower resolution to play it better. Next, Evil West. This game is already playable when played on Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 on the latest Winlator. Use additional settings in Box 64 for better performance. Next, Lords of the Fallen. This game is still quite heavy for you to play on the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, even indoors. If you have better settings, please comment. 43. Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Yaiba Ninja Gaiden is a lightweight game to play on mid-range or high-end devices. Even in HD resolution, this game is still stable to play. Next, Nier Replicant. In the following gameplay using the previous version of Winlator, I suggest you to use the turnip driver, which is suitable for this chipset. Final list, Persona Strikers. This game runs very well when played on Winlator rather than on Yuzu emulator, especially when playing it on high-end devices. Okay, that's a list of 45 games that you can play on Winlator playably on your device that uses the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. As I said before, there are still many games other than this list that you can play quite well, such as Tekken 7, Sniper Elite, etc. I hope this video can help you find the game references you need on this processor. Okay guys, if you think this video useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to VanZ channel. See you next time guys, bye.